As he navigates the complexities of his role, William's journey offers a vision of a monarchy that, while rooted in tradition, is unafraid to embrace change. In an ever-evolving world, this balance of old and new may be the key to the monarchy's enduring relevance, with William at its helm. Princess Charlotte's world has been turned upside down. Prince William, known for his calm and measured approach, has taken a step no one could have predicted, shaking the very foundation of the monarchy. It's a move that leaves Charlotte, poised, confident, and always composed, struggling with a reality that is rapidly evolving. The decision comes at a time when the royal family finds itself navigating the growing tension between tradition and modernization. However, William's bold actions have thrust Charlotte into the spotlight, and her unexpected reaction is at the center of a storm that could reshape the monarchy's future. For years, Prince William has played the part of the steady heir, following the footsteps of King Charles, while quietly preparing for his eventual reign. Yet now, William's power play appears to mark the beginning of a new era, one in which the younger generation of royals consolidates control over the institution. Aligning himself closely with Princess Catherine, William is signaling to the world that they are ready to take the reins. His move to assume greater responsibility may be strategic, but it comes with consequences. Consequences that ripple throughout the royal family, leaving a lasting impact on everyone, including his daughter, Princess Charlotte. The monarchy, once a symbol of stability, is now facing a period of profound change. William's decision to modernize royal duties and tighten control has been seen by many as necessary in a rapidly changing world. Yet, critics have called it a power grab that risks sidelining key members of the family, including Queen Camilla, who once worked tirelessly to secure her position within the royal hierarchy. As King Charles leans on his son to lead, Camilla's influence continues to wane. This has only deepened the cracks forming behind palace walls, a silent battle playing out between generations. Princess Charlotte's silent struggle emerges as a result of this seismic shift. At just a young age, Charlotte has already begun to feel the weight of her father's ambitions. William's decisions place her in a precarious position where her role, once defined by tradition, is now unclear. Charlotte has grown up in the shadow of her parents' rising prominence, groomed to play her part within the monarchy's rigid expectations. Yet, as William steps into a more central leadership role, Charlotte is left grappling with what this means for her future. Is she expected to follow in his footsteps, or will she find herself increasingly overshadowed by the power dynamics at play? As tensions rise, Princess Charlotte has become a symbol of this generational shift. Her public appearances have always been characterized by her poise and composure. But behind the polished image lies a young royal navigating the pressure of her circumstances. Will she embrace her role as part of William's vision for a modern monarchy, or will she resist, seeking to carve out her own path? The question is one that no one can answer yet, but it's clear that Charlotte's reaction carries significant weight. Her silent struggle mirrors the very challenges facing the royal family. How to balance tradition with the demands of an evolving world. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla's struggle highlights another layer of this unfolding story. After decades of public scrutiny, Camilla's promotion to Queen Consort was meant to be the crowning moment of her journey. Yet as Prince William consolidates his power, Camilla finds herself increasingly sidelined. For someone who worked tirelessly to secure her place in the monarchy, her exclusion is both frustrating and symbolic. The younger generation, William and Catherine, have taken center stage, leaving Camilla questioning her legacy. While her title remains intact, her influence is fading, and many are left wondering if this marks the beginning of the end of her role as a key player in the monarchy. Behind closed doors, insiders suggest that King Charles and Camilla are facing growing strain in their relationship. As Charles leans on William and Catherine to lead, Camilla's frustrations have only deepened. While the public remains largely unaware of this silent battle, the cracks are becoming harder to ignore. Charles may have intended to secure the monarchy's future by elevating William, but in doing so, he has inadvertently left Camilla on the periphery. Will she fight to reclaim her place, or will she accept her diminishing role within the palace? The future of the monarchy hangs in the balance, and every decision made now will have lasting consequences. Princess Charlotte, a key to the monarchy's future. Princess Charlotte's story is more than just a footnote in the royal family's journey. It's a reflection of the delicate balance between old traditions and the new world William is working to create. At such a young age, Charlotte is already grappling with the pressures of being part of one of the world's most watched families. The royal household has spent years carefully crafting her public image, presenting her as poised, mature, and ready for the responsibilities she will inevitably face. Yet William's bold decisions have made her role far more complex, and Charlotte now faces a crossroads that could define her place in the monarchy for decades to come. As William and Catherine rise in prominence, Princess Charlotte is left to wonder what this means for her future. Once seen as part of the supporting cast to her older brother, Prince George, Charlotte is now being viewed in a new light. Her father's modern vision for the monarchy means that the expectations placed upon her are evolving. No longer just a child in the background, Charlotte is increasingly positioned as a key figure in the monarchy's future. But the question remains, how will she respond to the shifting tides of power within her family? The monarchy has always been defined by its ability to adapt to the times, but this transition has been anything but smooth. The silent tension between the older and younger generations of royals is impossible to ignore, and Princess Charlotte's reaction to her father's decisions has captured the public's attention. While Charlotte has often been praised for her grace and maturity beyond her years, this moment is testing her in ways that no young royal should have to endure. As William continues to reshape the monarchy's role in the modern world, Charlotte must find her footing amidst the chaos. Her journey is not just personal, it is symbolic of the greater challenges facing the royal family. Can Charlotte embrace the responsibilities that come with her position? Or will she push back against the weight of her family's expectations? Will she step forward and become an integral part of William's vision? Or will she quietly resist the changes that threaten to redefine her role? The choices she makes in these formative years could have far-reaching consequences, not only for herself, but for the monarchy as a whole. The royal family's journey has always been one of evolution, but the stakes have never been higher. With Prince William's decisions shaking the very foundation of the monarchy, the spotlight now falls on Charlotte. Her silent struggle represents more than just a personal challenge. It's a reflection of the monarchy's future. The decisions made today will shape the family's legacy for generations, and Charlotte is at the center of it all. Will she embrace her role as a modern royal? Or will the pressures of palace life prove to be too much? As the dust settles on William's bold power play, the royal family stands on the brink of a new era. The rise of William and Catherine has shifted the balance of power, and the once unshakable traditions of the monarchy are being tested like never before. Princess Charlotte's journey through this transition will be pivotal, as she navigates the challenges of a rapidly evolving institution. The choices she makes now will determine not only her legacy, but also the future of the monarchy itself. The world is watching closely as this story unfolds. The pressure on William to lead the royal family into a new era is immense, but the challenges facing Princess Charlotte are equally significant. As her father consolidates power and reshapes the institution, Charlotte must find her place in this new world. Will she rise to the occasion and embrace her role, or will she resist the forces pulling her in multiple directions? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Princess Charlotte's journey is far from over, and the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. The royal household has spent years carefully crafting her public image, presenting her as poised, mature, and ready for the responsibilities she will inevitably face. Yet William's bold decisions have made her role far more complex, and Charlotte now faces a crossroads that could define her place in the monarchy for decades to come. As William and Catherine rise in prominence, Princess Charlotte is left to wonder what this means for her future. Once seen as part of the supporting cast to her older brother, Prince George, Charlotte is now being viewed in a new light.
She was the villain. She was the third person in the marriage. She needed.
Let's take a look at the intriguing and controversial life of King Charles, a prominent figure in the British royal family, as Kayleigh McEnany unveils a comprehensive exposé on his secrets, scandals, and untold stories. This revealing narrative also sheds light on the journey of his current queen consort, Camilla Parker Bowles. From the early days of Camilla's romance with Prince Charles, through years of public scrutiny and scandal, to her eventual acceptance into the royal fold, we explore every detail of their complex relationship. Discover how a single phone call almost brought down the British monarchy, and how a secret love affair existed long before Princess Diana came into the picture. Get ready to delve into the hidden truths behind the headlines, as we examine how Camilla transformed from one of the most reviled women in Britain to Queen Consort. This story spans decades and includes some of the most shocking moments in royal history, as revealed by Kayleigh McEnany. Starting from the beginning, we follow the current Queen Consort, Camilla Parker Bowles, and King Charles as they navigate their new roles amidst ongoing public scrutiny. Their relationship has been anything but smooth, marked by scandal and controversy, notably during Charles's marriage to Princess Diana. However, the revelations didn't stop there. Uncover the secret Queen Camilla revealed about King Charles, and explore the royal love story that intertwines Charles, Camilla, and Diana, adding layers of intrigue to this narrative that mirrors a fairy tale with its unexpected twists and turns. On a breezy afternoon in 1970, during a polo match at Windsor Great Park, Charles encountered Camilla. She broke the ice by mentioning that her great-grandmother had been the mistress of Charles's great-great-grandfather, highlighting their shared history. It's quite an introduction. Historians suggest they may have been introduced by a mutual friend, Lucia Santa Cruz, but regardless of how it happened, sparks flew, and they began dating. Their bond was genuine, marked by real happiness and togetherness. However, their romance was interrupted when Charles was sent to serve in the Royal Navy. During their time apart, Camilla made a pivotal decision and married Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973, a man who had once dated Charles's sister, Princess Anne. Despite her marriage, Camilla and Charles maintained their connection, with Charles even becoming the godfather to Camilla's son Tom. Rumor has it that Charles made a last-minute attempt to stop Camilla's wedding. Imagine the heartache of watching someone you love marry another. Before Diana entered the scene, Charles had a brief romance with her sister, Sarah Spencer, in 1977. This relationship ended when Sarah overshared with the press, but she played a crucial role in introducing Charles to her younger sister, Diana, at Althorpe House during a pheasant hunt. This introduction set the stage for Charles and Diana's relationship. Charles's relationship with Diana was heavily influenced by royal expectations. By the late 1970s, he was under pressure to find a suitable wife, and Diana, young and seemingly perfect for the role of a princess, fit the bill. Despite this, Charles's heart always seemed to be drawn to Camilla. Their early days were filled with joy, a stark contrast to the challenges that lay ahead for Charles. The impact of Charles's first love with Camilla was profound, enduring through the years. Camilla would later reveal the full truth about Charles. But before we get to that revelation, let's delve deeper into Charles and Diana's story, from teenage crush to royal partnership. Their early days were filled with charming but awkward moments. In November 1977, Diana, a 16-year-old schoolgirl, met 28-year-old Charles, a prominent royal figure, at Althorpe. Thanks to her sister Sarah, who had once dated Charles, the dinner was buzzing with excitement when the prince arrived. Diana made a lasting impression with her lively personality, catching Charles's attention. He even asked her for a dance after dinner, marking their first formal meeting. In 1978, Diana found herself amid the grandeur of Buckingham Palace, attending Charles's 30th birthday celebration. This event, filled with royalty and elite figures, was a world Diana, still a teenager, had to navigate. Their next notable meeting occurred 2 years later, in 1980, at a friend's house party. During this time, Charles was deeply affected by the tragic loss of Lord Mountbatten. Diana's empathy and kind words touched Charles profoundly. She noticed his sadness and told him he shouldn't be lonely and deserved someone to care for him. This genuine moment of compassion brought them closer, revealing a side of Diana that Charles hadn't fully seen before. Diana's popularity with the public soared, endearing her to the British people with her genuine warmth and relatability. This increasing public admiration added strain to her already challenging marriage with Charles. The constant media spotlight created a fishbowl existence for Diana, where every move was scrutinized and every gesture analyzed. Despite the glamour and prestige of her position, Diana's life was far from a fairy tale, filled with personal struggles and a relentless quest for privacy and normalcy for herself and her children. Her journey was marked by immense personal growth and resilience, even as she sought to find her own identity within the strict confines of royal expectations. Later that year, Diana received an invitation to the royal family's Balmoral estate. This visit was significant, almost like an audition for royal approval. Diana fit in effortlessly, charming everyone with her natural ease, and even learning to fish with Charles. The paparazzi quickly caught on to their growing relationship, and Diana became a media sensation. They were particularly captivated by a photo of her at her kindergarten job, which inadvertently revealed more than intended due to the sunlight behind her skirt. Charles's comment about Diana's legs being spectacular indicated a shift in their relationship to something more personal and less formal. By January 1981, with the media frenzy at its peak, Prince Philip decided it was time for Charles to make a decision. He sent a letter to Charles, urging him to either propose to Diana or end their relationship to protect her reputation. Charles took this as a royal mandate, leading to a proposal and what would become the wedding of the century. On February 6, 1981, Charles proposed to Diana, and she accepted. This royal engagement was a major event, filled with immense pressure and expectations. A few weeks after the proposal, the couple gave a televised interview. It was charming until a seemingly simple question cast a shadow over their happy news. When asked if they were in love, Diana immediately said yes, but Charles's ambiguous response about what being in love meant raised some eyebrows. At the time, this was perhaps seen as typical royal reserve. On July 29, 1981, the highly anticipated royal wedding took place at St. Paul's Cathedral in London, drawing an estimated 750 million viewers worldwide. Diana, stunning in an ivory silk gown with a 25-foot train, the longest ever worn by a British royal bride, exuded elegance despite her visible nerves, which led her to mistakenly call Charles by the wrong name during their vows. The wedding's splendor was undeniable, yet hints of underlying challenges and pressures were present from the beginning. Remarkably, Diana and Charles had only met 13 times before his proposal. Imagine committing to marriage after so few encounters. Their honeymoon, expected to be filled with romance and joy, turned out to be far from idyllic. Instead of basking in newlywed bliss, the couple spent time reading books by Charles's favorite author, Lawrence van der Post. Diana later revealed in taped interviews for a biography that her hopes had already faded by the second day of the honeymoon. She felt exhausted and emotionally drained, not from happiness, but from the immense pressure of adapting to her new royal role. In retrospect, both the engagement and wedding were grand yet bittersweet events, marked by celebration and underlying struggles, with millions witnessing only the surface glitter, unaware of the deeper challenges. Despite their history, Camilla attended the royal wedding, likely due to her husband, Andrew Parker Bowles's position as the commanding officer of the Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment. At this time, both Charles and Camilla were married to others, and it seemed their romantic involvement had ended.
I'm 75 now, and I can't remember anybody except the Queen being there.
In a shocking turn of events, tensions have reportedly flared within the royal household, with King Charles allegedly delivering a harsh reprimand to Queen Camilla, sparking an unexpected reaction. Sources close to the palace reveal that this confrontation may have stemmed from a recent disagreement on a sensitive matter within the monarchy, leading to a rift between the royal couple. Camilla, known for her resilience, was visibly shaken by Charles's words, and insiders suggest that she had a rare public outburst that left those around her stunned. This latest episode hints at underlying issues between Charles and Camilla, and while the royal family typically handles disputes in private, this incident has fueled fresh speculations about growing discord. The royal couple's public image has always emphasized unity, but this incident raises questions about the stability and cohesion within the royal household. Queen Camilla's life within the royal family has been marked by transformation, dedication, and public intrigue that have defined her journey from a figure surrounded by controversy to a respected royal. Her role as the queen consort of King Charles III places her in a unique position within the British monarchy, a position that carries immense responsibility and influence, as well as expectations that she continues to reshape. Camilla's role in the royal family has evolved over the years, particularly as she transitioned from Duchess of Cornwall to Queen Consort. Early on, her presence was often met with public skepticism, but she steadily became a committed and reliable figure beside Charles. Camilla has embraced her role with a focus on philanthropy, supporting numerous causes, and making a real difference in communities across the United Kingdom. From championing issues related to literacy, health, and domestic violence to supporting the arts, her work emphasizes connection and empathy. Many people have come to see Camilla as a grounded, relatable royal, often using her position to give a voice to issues that might otherwise remain in the shadows. One of her most prominent initiatives has been in the area of literacy and education, a cause she is deeply passionate about. Camilla founded the Reading Room, an online platform that celebrates literature and encourages readers to come together. The initiative has grown immensely popular, with readers around the world engaging in discussions, following Camilla's personal book recommendations, and participating in live author events. Her dedication to this cause shows her commitment to leaving a meaningful legacy, one that promotes the enrichment of minds and the encouragement of lifelong learning. Camilla's role in championing health issues is also significant. She has worked with organizations that promote awareness of osteoporosis, a disease that affected her mother and grandmother. Through her personal experiences, she has been able to bring greater attention to the disease and encourage people to seek support and treatment. Her advocacy extends beyond physical health. She is also a vocal supporter of mental health initiatives, particularly for young people and victims of domestic abuse. In collaboration with various organizations, Camilla works to remove the stigma associated with mental health issues and create safe spaces for those in need. Her efforts in this area have gained substantial recognition, and she has been credited with helping to shift public perception on these critical topics. Engagement with the public is central to Camilla's role as Queen Consort. Unlike other royals who may sometimes appear distant or aloof, Camilla's interactions often carry a warmth and sincerity that resonates with those she meets. She frequently attends events where she listens to people's stories, offering comfort and showing genuine interest in their lives. This approach has helped her build a reputation as a people's queen, of sorts, someone who cares about the struggles and joys of ordinary people. Whether visiting community centers, schools, or hospitals, Camilla always makes an effort to connect on a personal level, which has helped endear her to many and shift public opinion over time. Despite her strong presence and positive contributions, Camilla is no stranger to rumors and speculation, particularly regarding her relationship with King Charles and her role within the family. From the early days of her relationship with Charles, she has been a focal point of media attention, often portrayed in unflattering ways that cast a shadow over her public image. Rumors surrounding her influence on the king, as well as her relationships with other royal family members, continue to surface from time to time. While these stories are frequently exaggerated or unfounded, they reflect the challenges she faces in maintaining her reputation in the public eye. One recurring rumor is that Camilla wields a significant amount of influence over King Charles. Some speculate that she is a key advisor to him, particularly on issues related to modernizing the monarchy. While the extent of her influence is not publicly known, it is likely that, as his closest confidant, she does provide insight and support that helps guide his decisions. Their relationship, forged over many years and many challenges, is built on mutual respect, and it's understandable that Charles might value her perspective. Still, the notion that Camilla could influence policy decisions or the monarchy's future is often blown out of proportion by tabloids eager to stir up controversy. In addition to questions about her influence, Camilla's relationship with other members of the royal family is another area of interest and speculation. While there have been reports of tension between her and other royals, especially in the early years of her marriage to Charles, insiders suggest that these relationships have evolved over time. Camilla has reportedly made efforts to build rapport with the younger generation of royals, including Prince William and Prince Harry. While the dynamics within the family are complex and often strained by public expectations and media pressure, it appears that Camilla is generally well regarded and respected by her extended family members. Looking ahead, Camilla's future as Queen Consort promises both challenges and opportunities. As the monarchy adapts to the demands of a rapidly changing world, Camilla will play a crucial role in shaping its direction and relevance. Her focus on social issues, coupled with her approachable demeanor, positions her as a bridge between the traditional aspects of the monarchy and the progressive values that many people, particularly younger generations, wish to see embraced by the royal family. Her ability to connect with the public and her willingness to engage on difficult topics suggest that she will continue to be an important figure in the monarchy's public outreach. One potential challenge for Camilla moving forward is navigating the scrutiny that inevitably comes with her role. As queen consort, every aspect of her life is subject to public analysis, and even small missteps can become major talking points. However, her experience over the years has equipped her to handle criticism with grace and resilience. Camilla's approach to public life is less about perfection and more about authenticity. She understands that connecting with people sometimes means showing vulnerability and acknowledging imperfections. Another area where Camilla could make a lasting impact is in the modernization of royal traditions. While King Charles is known for his interest in environmentalism and the arts, Camilla's focus on social issues and her relatively progressive approach to her role could encourage the monarchy to adapt to contemporary values. This includes promoting greater inclusivity within the institution and expanding the monarchy's involvement in issues like mental health and domestic abuse. By aligning the monarchy with causes that resonate with modern audiences, Camilla can help ensure its relevance and importance in the years to come. Ultimately, Camilla's journey as queen consort is one of reinvention and resilience. She has proven that, despite initial opposition and ongoing rumors, it is possible to carve out a meaningful role within one of the world's most scrutinized institutions. Her engagement with people, commitment to social causes, and down-to-earth personality have earned her a level of respect that seemed unlikely in the past. Today, Camilla stands not only as King Charles's partner, but as a figure of her own making. A queen consort who has redefined her position through dedication and kindness. As she continues her work, the legacy she builds will reflect her unique approach to the role. Whether through her support for literacy, health awareness, or the various other causes she champions, Camilla is leaving an indelible mark on the royal family. While questions about her influence and relationships will likely persist, her actions speak louder than any rumors. By staying true to her values and remaining committed to making a positive impact, Queen Camilla is securing her place in the future of the monarchy, shaping it in a way that reflects both tradition and progress. Queen Camilla's importance in the royal family continues to deepen, often blending tradition with her own style. Initially viewed as a controversial figure, she's become instrumental in bolstering the monarchy's public image, especially after her official title of queen consort became queen following King Charles's ascension. Her approach is practical, direct, and she's committed to supporting various charitable initiatives, from causes like osteoporosis awareness, something she has long been passionate about, to promoting literacy and tackling domestic violence. These efforts have not only redefined her role, but have also increased her popularity over the years. In terms of future moves, Camilla is likely to continue modernizing and streamlining the royal presence. Unlike past consorts who largely stayed out of the limelight, she appears ready to step into a more vocal, public-facing role, possibly championing mental health or other contemporary issues facing younger generations. Her next steps may also involve engaging with international audiences, subtly shaping foreign relations through diplomatic visits and partnerships.
We have reports from Paris that Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident, and that her partner, Dodi Fayed, has also been killed.
For years, people have wondered if there was more to Princess Diana's death than what we were told. Many believe it wasn't just a simple accident, that powerful people might have been involved, and that the truth was hidden from the world. Now, Joe Rogan has revealed something shocking. A list of names connected to Diana's tragic death. These are people who were never supposed to be linked to what happened that night. Who are they? Why was their involvement kept secret? And if this list is real, what does it mean for everything we thought we knew? The truth may finally be coming to light, and it's more chilling than anyone could have imagined. What did Joe Rogan actually say? Alright, let's start with the moment that caught everyone off guard. Joe Rogan, sitting there on his podcast, just casually dropped a bomb. In his usual laid-back way, he leaned back, laughed a little, and then said something that made everyone stop scrolling. There's a list out there, man. Names of politicians, intelligence officers, even royalty, all with ties to that car crash. He wasn't joking. You know how sometimes Joe goes off on those wild tangents? This didn't feel like that. He sounded serious, curious, but serious. You could hear it in his voice. He wasn't trying to be dramatic, but it was clear he had heard something big. Now, if you've followed Joe for a while, you know he talks about conspiracies a lot. Aliens, secret societies, cover-ups, you name it. But this felt different. There was something in his tone, like even he wasn't sure if he should be talking about it. He didn't sound like he was just repeating a random internet rumor. It sounded like someone told him, someone on the inside. And guess what? He wasn't alone in this conversation. Sitting across from him was one of his more serious guests. Not a comedian, not a random dude with a theory, but a guy with real connections, a former intelligence officer. You could tell this man had seen some stuff. He chose his words carefully, like he knew too much, but was still holding back. Joe asked him, half joking but half dead serious, "Are you telling me there's actually a list? Like, an actual list of people involved in Princess Diana's death?" The guest paused, smiled just a little, and then said, "Let's just say, if you dig deep enough, you'll find names you never expected." And man, that right there gave me chills. Because it wasn't a yes, and it wasn't a no. It was like a warning. A hint that there's way more to this story than we've ever been told. Now, Joe didn't read the list or give out names right there. But he did say that what he heard was shocking. Politicians, intelligence agents, royalty, people with power, real power. And Joe kept circling back to the same thing. Why would all these powerful people need Diana out of the way? And that's where the rabbit hole really starts. Who's allegedly on the list? Now let's talk about the most important part, the list itself. If this list really exists, who the hell is on it? Because this isn't just some random hit job. This was the death of one of the most loved women in the world. MI6 operatives. First up, the MI6. If you don't know, MI6 is basically Britain's version of the CIA. These are the people who operate in the shadows. According to the theory, they were watching Diana. Hard. She was getting way too popular. Her humanitarian work, her relationship with Dodi, her influence, it made her a threat to the people in power. Some say that MI6 had been following Diana for months. There are even claims they used a light flash tactic that night. Basically, they blind the driver with a super bright light, causing him to crash. It sounds crazy, right? But the scary part is, this is an actual tactic used in espionage. Royal family connections. Now here's where things get even darker. The royal family. Yup, you heard that right. There have always been rumors that certain members of the royal family were not exactly fans of Diana. Prince Philip in particular gets mentioned a lot. Some people say he openly disliked her. And you know what's crazy? Diana herself once said, "They're going to kill me." She told her lawyer, her butler, even wrote it down in a letter. She was scared. She felt like someone was out to get her. And the theory is, maybe she was right. British politicians. Next, we've got some big names from British politics. According to the story Joe heard, some powerful politicians were terrified of Diana's growing influence. She was speaking out on issues most people were too scared to touch. Landmines, poverty, AIDS. She was shining a light on stuff people wanted to keep hidden. And then there's the business side. Diana was going after the landmine industry. And that, my friends, is big money. You think the politicians funding those arms deals wanted her ruining their business? Not a chance. French intelligence and police. Then, there's the French side of things. After all, the crash happened. In Paris, right? So where were the French police that night? Why were so many cameras in that tunnel turned off? Doesn't that seem odd? Some people think the French intelligence was in on it too. Maybe they didn't plan it, but they sure didn't stop it. Maybe they helped cover it up. There's just too much that doesn't add up. Too many missing pieces. Media moguls and paparazzi. And of course, we can't forget the paparazzi. Those guys were all over Diana every single day. But the question is, Who was paying them? Who really financed that crazy chase through the streets of Paris? It wasn't just about getting a photo. Some say the media was being used as a weapon. Keep the pressure on. Keep chasing. And eventually, something's gonna give. Dodi Fayed's enemies. Finally, we've got Dodi Fayed's side. His father, Mohammed Al-Fayed, has been screaming for years that this was a plot. A racist plot. He believed the British establishment didn't want Diana marrying a Muslim. Think about it. Diana, the mother of the future king, having a baby with Dodi Fayed, that would change everything. It would shake the royal family to its core, and some people would do anything to stop that. Evidence supporting the conspiracies. Now you're probably wondering, what's the proof? What makes people believe all this? Well, buckle up, because once you hear the facts, it's hard to unsee them. First off, Diana wasn't wearing a seatbelt. That's what they tell us. But here's the thing. Diana always wore her seatbelt. Everyone close to her said that. So why wasn't she wearing it that night? Did someone tamper with the car? Or was there another reason? Then there's the CCTV footage. Guess what? Almost every camera in that tunnel was switched off or not working that night. Out of all nights, it just happens to be the night Diana dies. What are the odds of that? And then there's that mysterious white Fiat Uno. Witnesses saw it speeding away from the crash, but it was never found. Never. It just vanished. Some say it was part of the plan, a way to force the car off the road, but no one ever tracked it down. Let's talk about Henri Paul, the driver. The official report says he was drunk, but later tests showed his blood alcohol level didn't match the way he was acting just minutes before the crash. He wasn't stumbling, he wasn't slurring. Something doesn't add up there. And here's the part that still gives me goosebumps. Diana knew something was going to happen. She literally wrote it down. They are planning an accident in my car. She felt it. She knew. And no one listened. There have been books, documentaries, even official investigations like Operation Paget. They've looked at all of this, but somehow, the official story never really changes. They keep saying it was just a tragic accident. But was it? And that brings us back to Joe Rogan. Where did he hear this? Did someone pass him this information? A whistleblower maybe? Or is he just connecting the dots like so many of us do? Either way, when someone like Joe Rogan talks about it, people listen. And honestly, after hearing all this, it's hard not to wonder, what if that list really does exist? What if it's sitting in a safe somewhere, with names that would shock the world? Why would these people want Diana gone? So, the big question, why? Why would all these powerful people want Diana dead? The answer is simple. Power. Control. Diana was loved by millions. She was bigger than the royal family itself. Everywhere she went, cameras followed. She had a voice, and she used it. And not everyone liked what she had to say. Her campaign against landmines threatened billion-dollar deals. Her relationship with Dodi threatened royal traditions. And let's be honest, she was unpredictable. They couldn't control her. And people in power, they hate what they can't control. And maybe, just maybe, someone decided it was easier to make sure she was gone. Now, I don't know about you, but hearing all this makes me wonder, what else don't we know? If this list is real, how long before it finally comes out? How many secrets are still buried with Diana? And here's the scariest part. If they could do this to her, the most famous woman on the planet, what else are they hiding from us? The information in this list raises more questions than answers. If these names were kept in the dark for so long, what else has been hidden? The truth about Diana's death might be far more complicated than we ever knew. There's still so much to uncover, and this story is far from over. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the truth will ever fully come out? Stay tuned for more updates, and thanks for watching.